Hello, welcome back to part 2 of creating space, an exploration with Upaviṣṭha Koṇāsana or seated wide-legged forward fold. My name is Jen with Zen with Jen Yoga, and there's no mistake that you turn this video on. This pose is great for helping to relieve back pain as well as hip pain. It lengthens your hamstrings as well as your inner thigh muscles, energetically creating space in your mind and in your body, and helping to calm your nervous system. There will not be any props required for this class, and we will start off by warming up the body, first setting intention and centering with some breath work. We will warm up, move into a round of sun salutations to build a little bit of heat, build some strength with standing poses. We'll do open hip, closed hip, standing balance, and twist. We'll explore the peak pose mini flow from earlier in the series, and then explore the peak pose Upaviṣṭha Koṇāsana, seated wide-legged forward fold. So go ahead and get your hair put up, put on your comfortable clothes, roll out your yoga mat just wherever you can find the space. Let's get moving and grooving. And I'll meet you on the mat with the intention to explore creating space. Okay, my friend, now that you're ready to start this creating space class, we'll begin in rock pose. So you're going to bring your knees together and your feet together, and then you're going to sit on your heels so that the tops of your ankles open and you're sitting on your shins. Rock pose. And just know that whatever you come to class with, whatever you're showing up with on the mat today, internally, how you're feeling, is normal. So we're not always, in a space where we're happy, joy all the time. Life happens. And to feel is to be human. So if you're coming today with tension or just having an off day, just know that there's nothing wrong with you. It's okay. Just feel the feeling. And as we move through this flow, think about creating space for yourself and just have this time to have for yourself. So we're going to begin doing some pranayama known as Nadi Shodhana. I've done this a few times before, but we'll do the easier way to do it. So you'll take your left hand and leave it on your left thigh, and then you're going to take your right hand and fold the middle 3 fingers down. So that's going to leave your pinky finger and your thumb. So like a hey dude. And then we'll just take a couple of normal breaths. And with each breath, imagine more space opening in your body and your mind. Take a moment to settle in rock pose. So bring your hips over your shoulders, bring your navel in and up. Make sure you're sitting up tall, reaching through the crown of your head and staying somewhat active. For Nadi Shodhana, you take your fingers and you start by plugging up your left nostril. And before we start, I'll just explain. And then you inhale through your right nostril. You will plug up your right nostril, let the exhale come from your left nostril. Then you inhale through the left nostril, and then plug up that left nostril and let your exhale come out of the right nostril. And this is really great for calming the body, calming the mind, for really great if you have sinus problems or this is cold season. So we'll just take a minute or so to explore, about 5 rounds. So go ahead and plug up your left nostril and take a breath in through your right nostril. Now plug it, open the left and exhale. Inhale through the left. Plug up the left, open the right, and exhale. Breathe in now through the right nostril. Now plug the right, open the left, and exhale. Inhale through the left. Plug it, open the right, exhale. Breathe in through the right. Plug your right, open your left, and exhale. Inhale through the left nostril. Plug that nostril, open the right. Exhale. Breathe in through the right. Plug it up, open the left. Inhale through the left. Plug it up, exhale through the right. You can open the left, take a normal breath in through your nose. You can bring your right hand down. Exhale through the nose or mouth. And just take a couple of normal breaths. And just notice the energy that a little bit of intentional breath work can create. Notice the calming effect of Nadi Shodhana. To seal in the intention, you can bring your hands to prayer position. I will invite you to close your eyes or soften your gaze. The intention here today is to create space. If you want to set another intention or dedicate your time on the mat, you're more than welcome to do so. Otherwise, creating space, and then when you exhale, make it audible. Really release anything that isn't serving you, any tension. So take a breath in. Really deep breath. And open your mouth and exhale. Take a moment to bow your chin to your chest and honor showing up on the mat. Then you can bring your hands down to your thighs, press down and lift your head. Now you could just lean to the side or to the back, and then we're going to find easy seat. So now you lean back on your hands and then make an X right in the center of your shins. Lean forward, let your knees fall on top of your feet. And then you can move the fleshy part of your buttocks, bring your shoulders over your hips. Just take a moment to sit up tall, engage your navel slightly, and find easy seat. Breathe in, reach your arms up, really lengthen your sides, and then bring the right hand down in line with your shoulder. Breathe in again and reach up. Exhale, bicep along your ear, really pressing into the left hip and lengthening out through the fingertips. So it might not be all bendy like this, but really just finding length in your side and in your spine. Breathe in. First, bring your arms to a T, and then inhale, reach your arms up, and then take your left hand down in line with your shoulder. Reach up first, ground into the right hip, glute, and then exhale, bicep along the ear. So really lengthening from the hip to the fingertip rather than bending like this. You really just want to keep length and integrity in your spine. Breathe in, come back to a neutral position, and then you can bring your hands down, open up, and take the right foot out to the side. So you're externally opening up the hip and the inner thigh. Bring the sole of the left foot to the right thigh. Now you can take your hands and move your torso over towards to face your right leg. And then breathe in, reach your hands up, ground down into your sits bones. Exhale, reaching towards the ball of the foot or the ankle. Now this is my first stretch of the day as well, so it might be a little tight, and that's fine, but breathe in, extend your chest forward, And then exhale, widen your elbows and just let your head release towards your knee. Sirsasana. Now bring your hands down. On an exhale, walk yourself up. And then take your left hand, breathe in, paint a beautiful rainbow, create space in your shoulder, bring your hand down under your shoulder, and then just pick up your hips, opening up the hips, opening up the front of the body, press into the big toe mound of the right foot, and then reach back from the foot to the fingertips for baby wild thing. On an exhale, you can swing your arm in front of your face and sit back down, and then take this to the other side. So now opening up the left hip, externally opening the leg out to the side. And keeping your foot flexed so you can press your thigh down. And then again, the right sole of the right foot comes towards your thigh. Move your torso to face your leg. Breathe in to ground down and lengthen. Exhale to coming from your hips, not rounding in your spine. Fold over. Grab the ball of your foot, grab your leg, and then inhale, extend your chest. Exhale, widen your elbows and bring your head towards your knee. You can grab the ball of your foot. Pressing down, pressing your thigh down, staying active in the left leg, and soft in the upper body. Now walk yourself back in. And then inhale, paint a rainbow, bringing the palm under your shoulder. Fingers are going to be spread wide. And then press down into your palm, press down into the right leg and the left foot. Reach back for baby wild thing. So press into the big toe mound of the left foot, lengthening from the foot to the fingertips, opening the front of the body. And then exhale, swoop your hand in front of your face as you lower your hips and butt down. From here, bring the soles of your feet together for Upaviṣṭha Koṇāsana. So your knees, you're in butterfly pose or cobbler's pose. You can hold on to your feet, lengthen up through your chest, sit up nice and tall. Maybe you can flap your wings up and down. And then you can breathe in and extend your chest forward, and then exhale, round, and just maybe let gravity do some of the work here. So grounding into your sits bones, but again, letting your neck be soft. Now you can bring your palms flat, walk yourself back in, help yourself out. Take your hands to the outside of your knees and then just bring your legs back. Make your way into tabletop position. So your knees are going to be hips width, hands are shoulder width. Hands are under your shoulders, knees are under your hips. Then breathe in, drop your belly, gaze at the wall ahead, curl your tailbone up, stretch from your belly button to your throat. Exhale, press the mat away. Release your head, curl your tailbone down, press your shoulder blades apart. 2 more times. Inhale, drop your belly. Stretch your throat and your belly button away. And then exhale for cat. Breathe in, cow. Exhale, cat. Move just your spine. Inhale, come to a neutral spine. Then you're going to pick up your right knee and then just draw some circles with your knee. So just getting into the hip sockets, getting ready to open up the hip for Upaviṣṭha Koṇāsana. So just go a few times in one direction, a few times in the other direction. And then bring your knee down. Pick up your left knee, and then just draw some circles in this tabletop position. Just a few times in one direction and a few times in the other direction. All right, bring your left knee down into this neutral tabletop position, and then bring your sits bones on top of your heels. Widen your knees as wide as you would like. Do allow for some gentle cradling of the rib cage on your thighs, and then you're going to walk your hands out, keep them in line with your shoulders, and then just melt your head and heart down. Keep your armpits lifted. You can gently press into your palms to help lengthen your lower back even further, guiding your sits bones towards your heels. Child's pose. Anytime through any class, if you ever need to just come into child's pose, you are always welcome to do that. And this is child's pose. Breathe in, look between your hands, and then you're going to bring your shoulders over your wrist, tuck your toes under, and then from here, pick and lift your hips up to down dog. So this might feel off, but resist the urge to move where your hands and feet are in space. To create the length, instead, come onto the balls of your feet. Press your thigh bones back, curl your tailbone up, bend your knees, create the space in your right side and left side. Then, once you do that, maybe you lift your toes and try to drop your heels. Adho Mukha Savasana, downward facing dog. From here, you're going to bring your feet together about an inch and bring them up. So your big toes are going to be touching now. Breathe in, sweep your right leg back behind you. So keep your toes and hip points facing down towards the mat, and then you're going to bend your right knee and try to squeeze the heel in towards your glute. Now round in your shoulders, step your right foot wide outside of your right hand into a wide lizard lunge. So once again, just lengthening the inner thigh muscles, the hamstrings to get into this wide-legged forward fold. For your lizard, if you want to come onto your forearms, you're more than welcome to drop down, but it's important to keep your knee aligned over your ankle. You are welcome to rock a little side to side as well. If you're on your forearms, come onto your palms. Lower the left knee, and then you're going to heel toe the right foot towards the middle of the mat. Align your knee over your ankle, and then you're going to magnetize the right heel and left knee towards one another with your thigh parallel. Breathe in and reach your arms up for a regular low lunge. So Anjayasana, don't dump into the hips, but rather lengthen and strengthen and stretch. Exhale, straighten your right leg, bring the toes towards your face, and come into half split. So you're gonna bring your glutes down and then release your head towards your knee. Should feel a deep stretch in your hamstrings. Breathe in, bend your knee, reach your arms up, lengthen, and then exhale, come to half splits. We're just gonna do that 3 times total. So one more time in low lunge, reach up, lengthen, exhale, straighten your leg. Bring your toes towards your face, release. Bend your knee, arms come up, just to lengthen so that way you can bring them down, tuck your left toes under and pick up your left knee. Your fingers are going to be spread really wide here. Press into them and then step your right foot back to down dog. From here, bring your feet together again with your big toes to touch. Breathe in. Sweep the left leg up now. Keep your toes and hip points facing down. You're going to bend the knee again, keeping the heel towards the glute so that you can bring it to the side, round in your spine, and step your foot wide of your left hand for lizard lunge. So your knee still stays over your ankle. We're just opening up the hip, the inner thigh muscle, the psoas area, the iliopsoas. So you can stay up or you can drop down to your forearms for a deeper stretch. If your forearms are down, just press into your palms to come back up. and then drop the right knee, heel toe your foot over. Magnetize the left heel and the right knee towards one another. Align your left knee over your ankle. Inhale, reach up. Again, don't dump into the hips, but lengthen out of them, strengthening them. Exhale, come back, flex your toes towards your face, and release your head towards your knee for half splits. 2 more times. So bending the knee, moving dynamically, breathe in and lengthen, creating that space. Exhale, releasing your head towards your knee. Reach your arms up. Inhale. This is the last low lunge. Well, I'm lying because we do one more, but this is the last half split. And then one more time, you're going to bend the knee for low lunge so that you can lengthen, come down to bring your palms in the right spot. Tuck your toes under on the right, pick up that right knee, and then press down into your hands and step your right foot back. One mini vinyasa here, so breathe in and roll into plank pose. So you're gonna bring your shoulders past your wrist. One line from head to tailbone, broaden across your shoulders, bring your navel in and up. Now shift your shoulders past your wrist. You do have the option to drop your knees, or you can keep them lifted. And then really shift your shoulders forward, bend your elbows and lower all the way down. Once you're down, you're gonna bring your hands wide and forward of your shoulders, bend your elbows straight up, and then lengthen your thighs back. Start to breathe in and press into your palms, spiraling the inner arms around, wrapping them around, spiraling the elbow creases towards your thumb, bringing your heart through your arms or your chest through your arms. So you're lengthening here more than you are back bending. So bringing the chest and toes away. Really exhale and lay as forward as you can and down. Bring your hands under your shoulders. Bring your knees together, and then you're going to press down into your hands, knees, and the tops of your feet all at the same time. Tabletop. And now back to down dog. We're going to make our way to the top of the mat so you can step or hop. So to hop, you're going to bring your feet up. Actually, everyone will. You breathe in, and then on the exhale is when you walk. If you're hopping, you go at the end of your exhale. You look at your landing spot and do not deviate your gaze from there. Land with soft knees and a forward fold. So inhale prepares you. Exhale gets you there. And then release your head in forward fold. You can even bend your knees, let your torso drape on your thighs. And then straighten your legs. Any amount. Option to sway side to side. Now take an inhale and lift all of your toes. Lay them down flat and lengthen them. Then exhale, rise up slowly, pressing into the 4 corners of your feet that you just activated by lifting your toes, and then come to mountain pose. Bring your shoulders over your hips. Your feet can be hip width or touching. Broaden across your collarbones. Shine your palms forward. Bring that tailbone down into alignment. And then bend your knees. Bring your arms down. Maybe even sweep the mat. Reach your arms back up. Press into your feet to reach up. And then hinge from your hips and fold to Uttanasana. Now, you're going to really bend your knees a lot. Bring your palms down and spread wide. Pick up your right foot and step it all the way back. Press down into your palms. On an exhale, step your left foot back. Now, breathe in and roll yourself into plank. Exhale, shift your shoulders past your wrist, bend your elbows, lower yourself all the way down. Breathe in, rise your chest up and through your arms for cobra. Exhale, lay forward and down and press to down dog. Breathe in, reach your right foot up behind you. Exhale, bend your right knee, round in your spine and step through. Breathe in, straighten your right leg and bend your left. Exhale, spring that left foot forward and fold over your legs. Press down into both feet. Inhale and sweep your arms up. Press down to your heels, reach your arms up. Exhale, hinge and fold Uttanasana. Release your head. Press down into your hands, bend your knees really wide, pick up your left foot and step it back. Low lunge, look forward. Press down into your palms, step your right foot back, down dog. Breathe in, roll your shoulders into plank. Exhale, shift your shoulders now. Bend your elbows and lower all the way down. Breathe in, rise up for cobra pose. Exhale, lay forward and down, and back to down dog. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, bend your knee and step your foot between your hands. Inhale, straighten your left leg. Exhale, bend your right. Spring forward, fold, release your head. Take a breath in, come up for half lift. So bring your chest through your arms, one line from head to tailbone. Exhale, release and fold. Bring your hands to your hips, point your elbows straight back, and then on an exhale, rise up to mountain pose. Take a moment to just notice how you feel now than when we first started. What's happening in the body, any subtle shifts, and no judgments, no right or wrong, no better or worse. Now breathe in, we're gonna make our way back to down dog. Bend your knees, sweep your arms down to go up, hinge and fold, Uttanasana. Now, you can hop or jump, or you can step or jump. To hop, you're going to look at your landing spot. You go at the end of an exhale, landing with soft knees in a down dog. So breathe in to prepare. Exhale, make your way there. Downward facing dog. Take a breath in and out. Feet come together and up. Breathe in, sweep the right leg up. Exhale, bend your knee, and then step your right foot between your hands. Spiral your left foot down so the edge of the foot lines up with the edge of the mat. Your toes line up with the top. Keep your right knee over your ankle and your right thigh parallel, and then inhale, just cartwheel your arms up to warrior two. Now bring yourself to center. Make sure your shoulders are over your hips. Make sure your chest is open, really reaching your pinkies away. Pressing down evenly into the left foot and evenly into the right foot. Tracking your right knee towards your right pinky toe. For warrior two. Now breathe in, start to straighten your right leg, reach your arms up and hook your thumbs so that you can create some length here and really just open the chest again. Now you're going to open your arms wide, keep your chest open, and then go to the side for triangle. So you should have, your chest should have stayed open, press down evenly into both feet. Think about lengthening the right inner thigh muscle down to the heel. So creating length here. And then from here, I want you to bring your hand to your hip and then just bend your right knee so that your right knee is over your ankle. Then turn your chest and from top to bottom, open the rib cage. And then take your left hand, really press into the outer edge of the left foot and the toe mound, and then take your arm and reach for extended side angle. So really lengthen the left torso. And then you can look down at your foot and then bring both hands down, pivot on your left foot. Really take a moment to spread your fingers wide in your palms and then step your right foot back, down dog. One breath in and out. And then lift your left foot up behind you. Bend your knee and step your left foot between your hands. Line the edge of the right foot up with the back of the mat and your left toes up with the front. Keep your knee over your ankle and your thigh parallel. Just bring your arms up and your torso. Your leg shouldn't move. It's actually harder when you start to straighten your leg. So pressing into both feet evenly, shoulders over hips, chest is open. Maybe you gaze past your fingertips. Really strong in warrior two. Now inhale to straighten your left leg, reach your arms up and hook your thumbs again. Lengthening the side of the body, really lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. When you think you can't lengthen anymore, really just reach. And then keep the lift in your chest, open your arms to the side. Bump your hips and go to the side. Triangle pose. Again, focusing on lengthening the inner left thigh muscle towards the left heel. Getting into that hamstring and again, the area, the psoas area. Now take your hand to your hip and just bend your left knee so that it aligns over your ankle. Take a second to turn and open your rib cage from bottom to top. Press down into the knife edge of the right foot and then reach the palm up towards the ceiling and over your head, bicep along your ear, lengthening the right torso. Extended side angle. And then look down at your left foot, bring your both hands down. Spread your fingers wide, set that up, pivot on the right foot. Press into your hands and step your left foot back. Option 1, stay here and breathe. Option 2, take a child's pose and breathe, 3 breaths. Or take your vinyasa. So inhale, roll yourself into plank. Exhale, shift your shoulders, maybe your chaturanga or lower all the way down. Breathe in, bring your chest through your arms for upward dog or cobra. And exhale, back to down dog. From here, breathe in, right leg rises. Exhale, bend your knee and step your foot between your hands. Spiral the left foot down and then cartwheel your arms up and parallel both of your feet. So now your toes are lining up with the long edge of your mat. Upaviṣṭha Koṇāsana, wide-legged forward fold. So bring your hands to your hips, align yourself, your shoulders over your hips, then hinge from your hips, come halfway down. Bring your hands down under your shoulders. Wide leg pose, press down evenly into both feet, and then your palms to bring the crown of your head down. Upaviṣṭha Koṇāsana. Breathe in, straighten your arms. Bring your right hand under your face, open up to a twist. And then bring your left hand down to replace the right and open up to a twist. Bring your right hand down. Heel toe your feet in a little. Bring your hands to your hips and then exhale, rise up. Now you're going to turn your heels in and toes out. Bring your palms out so you're creating an X star pose. Really spread your palms wide. Press down into both feet evenly. Might have to bring my legs in some. You might have to adjust your stance. Then you're gonna bend your elbows so you're at this cactus shape or making this W shape. And then squat down, trying to get your thighs parallel. So still, again, opening up the hips here. Goddess pose. Strengthening the thighs and stretching the thigh muscles. Breathe in, straighten. And then you can bring your hands to your hips. Parallel your feet again. Now you're gonna just turn the left toes in, not the heel. Turn your entire right leg out. Breathe in, start to turn your hips to face the front of the mat. Reach both arms up and create some length. So reach back, even lean back. And then start to bring your right hand to your hip. Bring your left hand as you turn your torso, coming into revolve triangle. So the left hand is gonna come to the right ankle, turn and open your chest, and maybe you reach the right hand up. Really use your legs here, let the front of your body relax and put the work into your legs. Breathe in, reach your arms back up. And then you're gonna bend your knee. Now you can bring your hands to your hips if you want, but we're gonna step forward. Bring the left foot down and then take the right foot and bring it to tree. So maybe your foot is gonna be on the outside of your ankle. See how that feels. If that's good, bring it to your calf. Externally opening the hip, so actively pressing the hip open. If that's okay, then you can bring your foot up towards your groin, keeping a micro bend in the left leg for tree pose. So press your leg into your foot into your leg. Reach tall through the crown of your head. Maybe take your arms to a T, flip your palms, and then reach your arms up. Rikshasana. Nice. From here, unpluck your right leg. Step it back to high lunge. Bring your hands down to frame your foot, and then step your left foot back, down dog. Now, from here, breathe in. Left foot rises. Exhale, bend your knee, and then step your foot between your hands. Spiral the right foot down. Cartwheel your arms out, and then parallel both feet. So your toes are going to line up with the other long edge of the mat. Bring your shoulders over your hips. Stand up tall. Press down into both feet evenly. Exhale, hinge from your hips and fold. Come halfway down. Then bring your hands under your shoulders. And then you're pressing into your palms. You're going to bring the crown of your head towards the mat for Prasarita Padottanasana. So wide-legged forward fold to go with our seated wide-legged forward fold. Now breathe in and straighten your arms. We're going to start opening to the right first. So bring the left hand under your face and open the right arm up to a twist. And then bring the right hand down to replace the left. Open the left hand to a twist. And then bring the left hand down. Heel toe your feet in some. Bring your hands to your hips. And then exhale, rise up with a flat back. Take a moment to turn your right toes out, turn your left toes out and your heels in. And then you're going to take your arms out wide, so star pose. So you're going to be making an X, spread your fingers really wide, press down into the big toe mounds of the right foot and the left foot, and do not crunch your toes up. You might have to shorten your stance a little. And then start to cactus the elbows, and then bend your knees, bringing your thighs parallel to the ground, keeping your chest open and lifted for goddess pose. So again, strengthening the thighs, the glutes, and opening up the inner thigh muscles. Strong in goddess, creating space. Now breathe in and straighten your arms. Now you can bring your hands to your hips, parallel both of your feet again. And now you're going to turn just the right toes in and turn the entire left leg out. The entire leg. Bring your hip points to face the front of the mat. And then breathe in, sweep your arms up, back bend slightly. And then exhale, you can bring the left hand to the hip, start to come forward and turn. Bring the right hand to the left ankle and begin to relax the belly and turn and open up your chest from bottom to top. And then maybe take the left hand up for revolve triangle. From here, press into both feet, reach both of your hands back up. And now you can keep your arms up or you can bring them to your hips, bend your left knee and then step forward. And then find tree. So either bringing your foot to your ankle, hands can come to hips, bringing your foot to your calf, or to the inside of the right thigh. Find your space, keeping a micro bend in the right leg. And then grow tall through the crown of your head. Bring your navel in and up. Then you can reach your arms to a T, flip your palms, and then maybe reach your hands up for tree pose. So actively, externally opening up the left hip. And you can unpluck the left foot, step back to the lunge, bring your hands down to frame your foot and step back to down dog. Now, stay here and breathe. Take a child's pose for 3 breaths, or you can take your last vinyasa. So inhale, roll to plank. Exhale, shift your shoulders. You can either lower halfway down or all the way down. Breathe in for up dog or cobra, and then exhale, make your way back to down dog. And then from here, that brings us to our peak mini flow. So you can drop your knees down. And then make your way to a seated position in the center of your mat. So this peak mini flow goes in a Vinyasa to baby wild thing, which we've done already, and then into the peak pose, which is Upaviṣṭha Koṇāsana, seated, wide-legged forward fold. So bring your left foot in towards your thigh, the sole of the left foot, turn your torso, breathe in, ground into your sits bones, reach your hands up, exhale, come halfway, inhale to lengthen your chest, and then exhale to fold. Take a breath in. Exhale to walk yourself back in, paint your rainbow, and then rise up into wild thing. Press into the toe mound and reach from the foot to the fingertips. Exhale down, straighten the left leg, grab your toes, inhale and sit up, exhale to fold. Breathe in, you can walk yourself back in, bring your foot to your thigh, turn your torso, come down halfway, take an inhale and extend your chest, and then an exhale to fold. Breathe in, exhale to walk yourself up, paint your rainbow, and then come to baby wild thing, press into the toe mound and reach to the fingertips. Lay yourself back down, open up, grab your toes, or you don't have to grab them, and then exhale, lay forward. Breathe in to come back up, bring the sole of the left foot in, turn towards the leg, ground and reach, inhale, exhale to come down. Exhale to come back, bring your hands back, come to wild thing. Sit back down, extend your legs, breathe in, exhale, fold. Breathe in to sit up, bring the sole of the foot in, come to Vinyasa on the left, inhale, exhale, fold. Breathe in, walk yourself back in, paint your rainbow, and find your baby wild thing. Sit back down, open up, inhale, and exhale to fold. One last time, bring the sole of the left foot in towards the right thigh. Set yourself up for Vinyasa. Inhale, exhale, and fold. Breathe in, and then find baby wild thing on the exhale. Sit yourself down, open your legs, find your toes or don't, breathe in, lengthen your chest, exhale, fold. Sit yourself up, Vinyasa to the left. Breathe in to ground down and reach, exhale to fold. Breathe in, and then walk in, paint your rainbow, your last baby wild thing, breathe through the fingertips, exhale to come back down, open your legs, inhale to lengthen and extend, exhale to fold. Breathe in, sit yourself up, and then just take a moment to bring your legs back and notice how we feel after that energy. To feel the space that we're creating inside for peace, for clarity, for calm. So now we'll explore Upaviṣṭha Koṇāsana a little more in depth. And we've had some time to explore this pose. If you're following along in the series, you've tried it with blocks, with the strap, with blankets, different ways. Explore it, break it down totally, and then in the mini flow. So you should have had some time to play around with it, but I would recommend to watch the playlist link or to take the playlist link in order, or backtrack, whichever way. But that way you can learn all the different things you can do. But we're going to start, come to easy seat, and then you're going to extend the right leg out so that you want the heel to line up with the corner of the mat. And then extend your left leg out so that the heel lines up with the corner of the mat. So center yourself and then take a moment to move the fleshy part of your buttocks, to rock yourself a little back and forward, to find that center positioning that's going to allow you to extend and go forward. Once you're here, you're going to be actively pressing your legs into the mat, flexing your toes towards your face, keeping your legs very active. And then you can grab your big toes with your 2 peace fingers and your thumbs like we do with Happy Baby. Or you can just actively keep flexing your toes towards your face. It's going to give you the same physical and energetic actions and benefits. So if you're grabbing onto your toes, or you could have straps or whatever you have, and breathe in and sit up. We're going to just take a couple of breaths in this position, focusing on extending through the chest. And then on an exhale, you can fold forward and down. Just taking a moment to create some space. Think about when you widen your legs, you widen your perspective, making room in your mind and in your body. Now you can also have your hands out in front of you in line with your shoulders, just as long as you're actively pressing your thighs down and your calves down. And then to come out, you can bring your palms down and then just walk yourself in. Show yourself some love. So take your hands, use your hands to help. You can even wiggle your legs a little, maybe shake them in to center. And then from here, we're going to do a seated pigeon. So you're going to take yourself and lean back onto your hands, and then take your right foot, just crossing the ankle over the left thigh, and then walk yourself in any amount. And then you can stay in stillness, or you can rock a little, just kind of releasing the hip. And then you can bring the right foot down, take the left foot now and cross it over the thigh. Sit yourself back up, lift through the chest, and you can either stay in stillness or rock. And then bring the sole of the left foot down, and we'll make our way to recline. So hold on to the back of your thighs and lower down. Take a second to get your low back flush. Hug your knees in. We're just going to take a supine twist. So bring your arms to a T and bump your hips towards the right. Let your knees fall to the left. Letting your shoulder blades stay on the mat. Letting your hips stack. You can keep your arms in a T. You can bring one of your hands to your thigh and gaze at your right hand. On an exhale, use that engagement to lift your legs and get yourself back. You can hug your knees back in. And then again, arms to a T, bump your hips to the left, let your knees fall towards the right. And then you can keep your arms in a T, or you can bring the right to the thigh and the gaze to the left. On an exhale, use that engagement to lift your knees back. And then you can hug them back in. Rock a little side to side again. Maybe lift your head and shoulders off the mat, coming into this little ball, giving yourself a little squeeze, a little hug. And then release down. Take a windshield wiper of your legs, or knock your knees in, or both. It could feel really nice after all that hip work and inner thigh work. And then bring your feet as wide as your mat. Let your knees knock in towards one another. Then you can, one more time, hug your knees in. And then lengthen your legs. Maybe stretch your arms overhead, take up some space. And then bring your arms by your sides and walk your upper arm bones under to open your chest. Bring your legs together and just let your feet fall. And imagine that your inhales can enter in through the crown of your head. And your exhales enter through the soles of your feet. Feeling breath through your entire body. And I welcome you into Savasana, allowing the benefits of the yoga practice to fully integrate into your well-being. We'll just be here for 5 breaths. Be the observer. If thoughts creep in, notice them like clouds passing by in the sky. And remember, no judgment. I welcome you to Savasana. Start to take a deeper inhale and an even longer exhale. Wiggle your toes and fingers. Maybe stretch your arms overhead again. Then you can roll to the side, let your head rest on your arm. Maybe you close practice here, or you can press down into your hand to sit yourself back up. Maybe come back to easy seats. And just notice how you're feeling now. You can choose to close practice by taking another really deep breath in and making another audible exhale, just sighing out the exhale. Or you can do the vibrational healing sound of Om, which is what I recommend and what I'm going to choose to do, just to properly close out. Now you can bring your hands down for a grounding experience, up for receiving, or to prayer for more traditional closing. And then go ahead and breathe in. And bow your chin towards your chest and take a moment to honor making it towards the end of the series, the end of class, for being here for yourself and for creating space. And may you carry that calm with you into your day. And I thank you so much for practicing with me. Now you can bring your hands down to your thighs and press down to lift your head up and open your eyes. So thank you for joining me for this Creating Space series. Again, whatever you come with, just know that there's nothing wrong with you and we're human. It's okay to not be okay sometimes. And, you know, it's just temporary. You'll have other feelings again soon, right? So it all cycles back around. Otherwise, just notice where your body today maybe creates space, where it resists. Just kind of pay attention to that as you move about. Otherwise, if you completed the series, comment, I completed creating space, or I've completely created space. So that way I can celebrate that victory with you, and you can help spread a message of hope to other people that might be following along or reading and just might need to hear it. Otherwise, I have some live Zoom classes that I'm trying to get launching in January. So first class is January 21st, 2026. It depends what time when you're watching this video, but that would be 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, and I'll have other classes. If you want information, you can just leave a comment about that. Otherwise, if you find value in the video, definitely subscribe. That's really supportive, and it's free. Share this with somebody who could benefit. It's a really great gift to give someone. And I'll be back again to share experience, strength, and hope with you, of course, yoga. And as you know, my mission is to help you find your Zen and to live as authentically as you can by teaching you yoga wherever you can find the space. And it matters. You matter. So go rock your recovery, heal those traumas and those compulsive behaviors. I believe in you, and I will see you again next time. Namaste, beautiful one.